What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. These are my DraftKings MMA picks for UFC Long Island. We have Brian Ortega going against Yair Rodriguez.
I need all the wins, yeah. Harder than all that is. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
And we are back for another DraftKings video this week, breaking down a fun card, 12 fights. Pretty solid from a fan perspective. I'd say from a DraftKings perspective, looks to be a pretty challenging card, but I said we go through it, and as always, look forward to hopefully making some money this week. Before we get started, guys, if you guys can please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Lots of content coming throughout the week. Posted my full card breakdown prediction video earlier in the week. I'm going live on Friday as well, and of course, betting shows throughout the week, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on all the content. But I say we get into it. And as always, we're going to start with these fight doesn't go to decision lines. So number one here, we have Soriano Lungiambula minus 185. Fight doesn't go to decision. Pretty funny. I'm actually picking this fight to go to decision, but this is a fight. It's weird. Like, I feel like this fight, if it does not finish early, is probably going to get very sloppy, very fast. Both of these guys have horrendous cardio. I actually think Soriano, if he does win, I either think it's going to be a 3-round decision, or I feel like he could potentially finish Dolce in the very first round. Soriano has a ton of power, especially in that first round. So, 9,200 Soriano, I don't mind taking some shots at him for that aspect. As far as Dolce Lungiambula, just not. I guess if he was to win, I guess he'd have to mix in takedowns here or there. Maximov was able to do it, but there's a big difference between Maximov and Dolce Lungiambula. Nick Maximov has an endless gas tank, whereas Dolce Lungiambula has not an endless gas tank. So I just really struggle to see Dolce having success with the takedowns here and holding down Soriano. I think Soriano wins, and if anything, I'll probably have Soriano at 9,200 for that first round upside, if anything, but not a fight I'm overly excited about. The next fight is a fight that I am excited about. Brian Ortega going against Yair Rodriguez. You have 8,500 for Ortega, 7,500 for Rodriguez. I would be fairly surprised if this fight did not end up on the optimal lineup. Both guys have paths to victory. Both guys have paths to score very well here. Brian Ortega, good volume on the feet, improved striking that we've seen, but that submission game is just next level. His wrestlings came a long way as well. He's actually attempted 26 takedowns in his last couple fights. I like that. And if he's able to get down Yair Rodriguez, the fight's going to probably be over shortly after. On the flip side, Rodriguez, he's going to have a lot of success in the striking. Brian Ortega's striking defense is not there. But overall, I think this fight as a whole is going to score good. But I think you're going to want the winner in this fight. I personally do lean towards the Brian Ortega side. I do think he does get the fight down to the mat. And if he does, I think the submission comes. And if he does get that submission, I think he scores very well. So I like Brian Ortega. But you got to have some Yair Rodriguez as well. Dustin Stoltzfus going against Dwight Grant. Another weird fight where I guess I could see it finishing, but I could also see it being a fairly, uneventful fight with not a lot going on, and that is the case for most Dwight Grant fights. Dwight Grant has a ton of power, but he's just so low volume, only landing 3.26 significant strikes per minute. If this fight does not finish early on, I just don't see it scoring a ton. Could Stoltzfus go out there and take down Dwight Grant, mix in the takedowns, get some control time? Potentially, I think that could be on the table, but Dwight Grant typically does have good takedown defense and a good get-up game. It's not a fight I'm overly excited about. I can't get to Dwight Grant at 8,900. That's nuts. Like, if anything, I'm playing Dustin Stoltzfus here for that takedown upside. Sumadarji going against Match Now. Yeah, this is a fight that I do think finishes. We have Sumadarji 9,100, Match Now not 7,100. Sumadarji is a finisher, finished all of his fights outside the UFC and has finished all but 2 inside the UFC. Does have 2 decision wins, but you take a look at these guys' losses. Match Now's been finished in 5 of 6 losses, 3 by knockout. The guy's chin's not there. Sumadarji's been finished in all 4 of his losses, all 4 coming by submission. So both guys have a path to victory to finish here. Sumadarji by knockout, Match Now by submission. I personally do think Madarji knocks him out, but if Match Now is able to get this fight down to the mat, Match Now is very dangerous on the mat. So I don't mind playing both sides here. I'm mostly on the Madarji side myself, but some Match Now as a pump play is not the worst look in the world. Core plays, Brian Ortega talked about it a little bit. I think there's takedown upside. I think there's finish upside. I think there's a lot of striking upside as well for Brian Ortega. Really like him at 8,500. I will be playing both sides of this main event fairly equally with a slight lean to Brian Ortega here, but I like him to win here. I like the price tag at 8,500, and I think if he does win, he puts up a big score here. Ricky Simón 7,800. So I think the Ricky Simón Jack Shore fight is very close, and that's why I'm kind of leaning with more of Ricky Simón here, but Ricky Simón here. But both these guys are going to have takedown upside. Both these guys are going to have some control upside. I think there's reversal upside. I think this fight primarily does play out on the mat. I think it is a very close fight as well. I will have some Jack Shore. I think both guys have passed the victory to score very well here, but I like the wrestling of Ricky Simón. You take a look at Ricky Simón, and Ricky Simón is averaging 6.76 takedowns per 15 minutes. Jack Shore does average 4.13 takedowns per 50 minutes in his own right. Just the fight as a whole, I think, is one to target, especially at these price tags: 8,400 for Shore, and then 7,800 for Ricky Simón. I think the winner does score very well, but you get the underdog price there with Ricky Simón. You're saving 600 off of Shore. I don't mind some shots on Simón here. I'm going to have a decent amount of this fight as a whole, though. Sumidarji 9,100. I think he does knock out Matt Schnell here. I think there's first round upside, second round upside. Matt Schnell's chin's not there. He's wild at times, he's reckless at times, and Mudarji is a very good striker, actually, with a ton of power for the division. So I think Mudarji knocks him out, does it early, and puts up a big score there. And then Bill Algeo 8,700. This one's, I think just survived that first round against Herbert Burns. Herbert Burns is very dangerous early, though. Herbert Burns does slow down as the fight goes on, and you really don't want to slow down against Bill Algeo. I think this is going to be a very fun fight, a very fast-paced fight, and I think Bill Algeo, if he is able to survive that first round, which I do think he does, I think he takes over in that second or third, potentially even finishes Burns down the stretch there. So I do like me some Bill Algeo. I think stylistically, it's a really good matchup for him as long as he can survive those first couple minutes. GPP plays here, or tournament plays, we have Shane Burgos, 9,000. Yeah, I think this fight's going to be a war. I think the winner's going to score very well. I think they're just going to stand in the middle and bang until one man falls. I love the volume of Shane Burgos landing almost 8 significant strikes per minute, which is the best on the card. Tons of power in his strikes as well. He's going to have a 6.5-inch reach advantage. I love me some Shane Burgos this week at 9,000. Potential finish upside as well. This guy's very dangerous. Punahele Soriano, 9,200. We talked about it a little bit. If he wins, it could either be a boring kind of grinding decision where both guys are gassed out, or it could be a first-round knockout. I'm going to try to get some of that first-round knockout and play some Soriano here. Not in love with it, but if he does win, it could be that first-round knockout there that you're looking for. And then Dustin Jacoby, 8,300. I like the volume of Dustin Jacoby. I like the takedown defense, the get-up game especially. He can't be taken down. We saw that against Kudalaba, but his get-up game's elite. And I do think Da Un Jung is going to really struggle to take him down and get him down. And if he does on the feet, I like the power of Jung. I think Jung's going to be landing the harder shots, but I do think that Jacoby will be landing more volume en route to a decision here. I don't know if he finishes Da Un Jung, but at 8,300, I don't mind some Jacoby. And then Jack Shore is actually 8,400. Let me fix that. I think I accidentally put that for Ricky Simón there. But Jack Shore, 8,400 here. Yeah, if Jack Shore does win, it probably is a decision win. But like I said, lots of reversals, lots of control time either side, lots of takedowns either side. If there is a finish in this fight, it is going to be on the Jack Shore side. So I definitely don't mind some Jack Shore. I think this fight is one that is really important from a DraftKings perspective. All right, then we have our live dogs here. We have Li Jingliang, 7,600. I like the leech here a decent amount. He's going to be 4 years younger. He's going to have both a height and reach advantage. He's higher volume. He's going to have the better cardio. Just a lot of advantages in this fight. Yes, Salikov is the better striker, but Salikov is 38. He does slow down as the fight goes on, and I really don't like the volume of Muslim Salikov as well. So I like Lee as a dog. I think this fight plays out fairly close and competitive for the most part, and at 7,600, I don't mind some shots on him. Herbert Burns, 7,500. With Herbert Burns, you're going for that first round finish upside, probably a submission upside. This guy's really good on the mat, but he's really good in that first round. He does slow down a lot as the fight goes on. For that reason, I do want to have some, but I'm more so on the Algeo side myself. But 7,500, if he does win, it is probably a first round finish there. Yair Rodriguez, 7,700, another dog that I don't mind. Rodriguez so Rodriguez is going to have the striking advantage, clearly. Rodriguez is going to land a lot of shots. I mean, Brian Ortega, I know it's because of Volkanovski and Max Holloway did a lot of that, but Brian Ortega is still, absorbing almost 7 significant strikes per minute with a 49% striking defense. He is very hittable. I think everything Yair throws probably lands, honestly. Maybe he's able to knock out Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega's chin is next level, his durability is next level, but If Rodriguez does land something clean, you could potentially knock him out. So I like Rodriguez as a dog. At the very least, he's going to throw a lot of volume. He's going to land a lot, and I don't mind him at 7,700 in a 5-round fight. Dustin Stoltzfus, 7,300. Again, not a fight I'm in love with, but if Dustin Stoltzfus does win, probably takedowns expected, some control time expected, solid submission game as well. And you just can't trust Dwight Grant at 8,900. Dwight Grant literally throws nothing. He has a ton of power, but I think it would more so be on that savings of Dustin Stoltzfus. I don't mind him as a live dog. Pump plays, Matt Schnell, 7,100. Don't mind me some Matt Schnell. Can't really count on him to go to the wrestling here, but hey, if he does, the path to victory is there. Sumidardi's been finished in all 4 of his losses, all but 4 by submission. Matt Schnell, extremely dangerous on the mat. See, I guess it's really up to Matt Schnell. If he goes out here and wrestles, he's going to have a good chance to win. If he doesn't, he probably gets knocked out, but don't mind Schnell as a pump play. Also didn't mind some Charles Jourdain as well. That fight should be a war. But I think that is about it for the plays I'm targeting this week. And then the fades to Dwight Grant, 8,900. Crapped on him enough on this video, but just low volume. He's pretty much first-round knockout or bust in terms of finding the optimal lineup. There's so many more better plays than Dwight Grant at this price tag or around that price tag. So not really going too much Dwight Grant. I think he needs that first-round knockout to get on the optimal there. And guys, that is about it. Sorry for the late upload here. My power was out on Wednesday, so I wasn't able to record, but I'm able to record it now and get it out. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And then 2 great cards coming up in a row. We have UFC London next week. That card should be a banger. And then we also have UFC 277. So we have 2 great cards to look forward to. Can't wait for it. And best of luck for UFC Long Island. See you guys.